Geely says a new hybrid can do 2.67 litres per 100 kilometres. That's 105 mpg for us Brits and 88 for you Yanks. But can I get anywhere near that in real life? In Chongqing, a city of 31 million people, busy streets and vertical madness where go up one flight of stairs, walk across one plaza and be 22 stories up. I'm Will, and this is China Driven. Okay, let's see what this hybrid system can do. No lab testing, no eco driving, just a proper day out. Now, this is my first time actually in Chongqing, so I'm kind of winging it. And this is what I'll be using today, the Geely A7 EMI. And the EMI part, that's what we're focusing on today. It's the new generation of Geely's EMI super hybrid system. And well, it'll be powering a lot of cars abroad in the very near future. And it's not just EMI. Geely launched a whole range of EM hybrid systems last week on June the 13th, including the EMI, the EMP, P for performance, and a methanol electric hybrid as well. And these systems are not just better performing and more efficient, they're smarter and safer too. It's why Geely's calling this their smartest lineup of hybrids ever. And they say that it's been designed to tackle every user pain point that hybrids typically have. So let's get this day started and see for ourselves. Now, I'm the type of person where breakfast is a cup of coffee, but when I'm somewhere new, I like to try some of the new foods on offer, and therefore we went down the mountain from the hotel where we were staying in search of something to eat. Quick stop for breakfast, spicy Chongqing noodles. The food in Chongqing is known to be spicy, but don't worry, I've lived in Hunan for years, so I'm basically a spice professional at this point. Once I finish this bowl of noodles, then we'll jump on the motorway and we'll see if we can get anywhere near Geely's crazy 2.67 litres per 100 kilometre claimed efficiency with a state of charge under 30%. Yeah, that's right. Geely say that you can actually get that fuel economy whilst in depleted battery mode. And then we'll dive in to see, we'll see some iconic spots, grab a coffee, all while battling Chongqing's traffic and hills. And then we'll wrap it all up with a beautiful city nightscape.
听得懂我的话呀？
听懂了，听懂啊。
大父子分美。
多少啊？好，谢谢啊，谢谢啊。The e-motive hybrid systems are part of Geely's GEA architecture, that's Global Intelligent Electric Architecture. It covers all major new energy drivetrains like PHEV, EREV, methanol electric and BEVs, like the Geely EX5, which was the first car on the GEA architecture when I reviewed it last year. Right, time to reset the trip computer and stretch the A7's legs and this new EMI hybrid system to see what it really can do on the highway. We're going to here, we can see, got 26% battery and 100% fuel. And we're going to here, and this is where all of our information is about our trip. So what we're gonna do is we're going to reset this now, yes. And we wanna get that number under 3 litres per 100 kilometers. And if we do that, I'll call it a win. Okay, so onto the motorway. Long, steady run. This is where most PHEVs struggle because there's not really much chance to do any kind of coasting or brake regen. But this new EMI hybrid system has a trick. It has an intelligent hybrid mode that balances power sources on the move. And it does more than simply shuffling power from the engine or the battery in real time. It also learns how you drive and tries to optimize the hybrid system to suit your driving habits. So basically, you just drive and the EMI super hybrid system will take care of the rest. Smart, right? But we know that knowledge is power, and this new EMI system leverages map data, seeing if there's any kind of upcoming hills or traffic slowdowns in front of you, and it will, if it needs to, save some electricity so you're not left running inefficiently. And even when that petrol engine is running, the system is making it run in the most optimized state, the sweet spot of thermal efficiency. And this 1.5 litre has a thermal efficiency of 47.26, the best of any mass production hybrid engine out there. Update, we're getting much closer, 3.3 litres per 100 kilometers. And remember, I only have 25% battery. Can it do it? I think it might. PHEVs feel great until the battery kind of gets low. Then they kind of hit a wall, get sluggish and slow and noisy. But this one doesn't really do that. Now it's got a 175 kilowatt rear motor in this A7, and Geely claim that this will do 0 to 100 in 7.1 seconds. Now Geely said to me, just take it and drive it, don't worry about it. You can literally drive this any way you want and it's going to return great efficiency. I'm dubious about 3 liters or less, but they say that the smart intelligence system is going to take care of that. But the key is that once the battery is depleted, meaning it's under 30% state of charge, it's only going to lose 0.5 seconds in acceleration. Now, normally for PHEVs, that performance drop-off when the battery gets low is much, much bigger. That means that this car, even in this state where we're running with only 20% battery, is still punchy enough to do overtaking at highway speeds. Okay, we're coming off the motorway now. 2.8 liters per 100 kilometers looks like the lowest that we're gonna get. And I did say if we got under 3 liters per 100 kilometers, I'd call it a win. So I definitely say that's a win. Okay, so we've just dived off the motorway and I think it's time for a coffee. So let's go find one. So there we go. In the end, it was 2.8 liters per 100 kilometers, so under our 3 liter per 100 kilometer goal. And it wasn't like white knuckled, feathering the accelerator pedal. I just drove it and the efficiency was there. And it's not just this car either. This EM hybrid system is already in 10 different models across brands like Geely, Lynk & Co and Volvo. And they've already sold 500,000 cars equipped with their hybrid systems. It even has picked up some serious awards. Earlier this year, it got an Automotive News PACE Award, and last December, it made it to the top 10 hybrid systems worldwide. So yeah, this thing's legit. Geely claim that with a full tank of petrol and a full battery, that this will do over 2,000 kilometers. And they say that you can get up to kind of 2.6 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway. And I mean, I got 2.8. So I completely believe that it's possible. And the thing about it is that with this kind of intelligent hybrid system, it's just easy. You just drive it and the car does all the difficult work about sorting out when to use the battery, when to use the petrol motor. So we're about to go into Yuzhong district, which is a district in Chongqing, notable for a few different things. Hongya Cave, we actually were there last night. Great view at nighttime when it's all lit up. And we went there and we enjoyed some hot pot, which if you don't know what that is, well, I mean, it's Chongqing's speciality and it is spicy. So if you're not used to eating spicy food, be prepared if you come to Chongqing. But I really think you should do. It's a very interesting city. Okay, so we crossed into Yuzhong district. Lots of like tight roads and up and down sections, lots of traffic. So we'll see how it does in these kinds of conditions, this EMI super hybrid system. And along the way, we're gonna stop off and see something I've always wanted to see if I ever came to Chongqing. Okay, quick update, 2.9 liters. It did go up to 3.1. After we got off the motorway, the engine turned on for a little while, I think, to recharge the battery, but it's kind of gone off now again. So we'll see how low that number gets by the end. So this is what Chongqing and Yuzhong district especially seems to be. A lot of stop-start traffic. There's bikes, there's a lot of cars going around, going up and down. And this type of environment normally crucifies fuel economy. But this is doing fine. It's barely touched the petrol engine at all. And I know, like generally PHEVs, you know, they do well in this kind of environment. But the clutch thing about this is the fact that the power is so consistent, even though it's running on a depleted battery. Normally, as I said on the highway, normally for PHEVs, that's a real issue. And they just become super sluggish and slow, and their acceleration basically falls away. But this is consistent all day, with the power hovering around 23–25%. It's impressive. Okay, this is the thing that I've been waiting to see. We're rolling up on it now, so we're gonna stop off and I'm gonna tell you about it. Man, that's cool. I've seen this place 1,000 times online, so I had to swing by and check it out. If you don't know what this is, yes, that is a train about to go into a building. This is Lizaba station, and on the 6th to 8th floor, there is a metro station inside that building. The rest of it, well, on the ground floor is business units, and up top, they're residential units. People live there. Absolutely wild stuff. If you come to China, you gotta come to Chongqing. Welcome back to me being stuck behind a car again. But that's kind of what it is like here. Busy city streets. Anyway, we're weaving our way through on our way to Longhaomen Old Street to get more coffee. Look, this thing is doing the business that it's meant to. And I'm really surprised when I was told, you know, under 3 liters per 100 kilometers. I was like, I don't really believe that that's really achievable. But this has proven me wrong so far. We'll see where we end up at the end of the day. This is also common, having to go from across like 4 lanes in the space of 20 meters. It's a bit hectic. Since we're just stuck in traffic, let me tell you what our current fuel efficiency is. It's reading 2.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Now, obviously we're off the motorway, we're in stop-start traffic now, and it's leaning far more on battery power than the petrol engine with that intelligent EMI hybrid system, you know, choosing when to use which, and also knowing our driving style and the map data to know that it's probably best, since we're inside the city, going, you know, slower, that we should stick to more battery power. And here's the thing, it's obviously making the right decisions. We're at 2.5 liters per 100 kilometers, and I'm not thinking about it. Just every now and again I'm having a look. Pretty impressive. I bet that can't get under 3 liters per 100 kilometers. Let's go get coffee. Okay, so we're basically nearly at the end of our trip today. We've emerged from the dense city. We're now in a place called Longhaomen Old Street. Really cool place, full of kind of like old buildings, really narrow walkways and stairs, and it's a really, really cool place. We're gonna grab some coffee here. We're gonna go to our final destination, which is just up the road. And we're gonna wrap it all up for today. And that's not just the motor and the batteries that make this Geely EMI super hybrid system so efficient. Like, sure, they're major contributing factors, but there's lots of small improvements and efficiencies that together make a big difference. I'll give you an example, right? This doesn't have a traditional clutch plate. It's cone-shaped. Yes, I know, it sounds very nerdy and kind of boring, but what that means is when you're idling and coasting, there's a little less resistance, which means there's more efficiency. And when you add up all of these tiny details and you pay attention to all these tiny details, it all adds up to be even more efficient. And that's why now, at the end of the day, while I'm sat in traffic in the city, having started the day with way less than 30% state of charge, the system has intelligently made sure that I still have battery so I can efficiently move through the city and save fuel. The weather in Chongqing today is unbearably boiling. I feel like my bones are hot. But the point is, engines like cool air. So on a cooler day, you could see better fuel consumption still. Oh, and if you don't drive up and down hills all day like me. But that's why Chongqing is the perfect place for this little test. Its hilly terrain, hot weather and busy streets will stress test the EMI super hybrid system. So I think we smashed our goal today with our day out in Chongqing with the Geely EMI super hybrid system. The final score for efficiency, well, you're not going to believe this, it's 2.2 liters per 100 kilometers. And also, I heard that Chinese media did even better. If you made it this far to the end of the video, please like, comment and subscribe. Tell me what you think about the Geely EMI super hybrid system or Chinese NEVs in general. Oh yeah, didn't I promise you a spectacular city nightscape. That's better. Now I'm gonna have myself a well-deserved beer or 5, but unlike the fuel-sipping Geely EMI hybrid system, my liquid consumption is way higher than 2.2 litres per 100 kilometers.